Meantime, 5G technology is speeding up businesses. Verizon announcing a new partnership between its private mobile edge compute solution platform and Amazon Web Services. This will give companies the ability to make faster decisions in factories, robotics, and quality control. Corning is Verizon's first customer for this service. Here now in a First on Fox interview is Verizon Business CEO Tami Erwin. Tami, good morning to you and good to be with you this morning. Thanks for coming on the program. Basically, explain the announcement to us. Explain how this is going to help consumers, help growth within this country for starters.
Yeah, Jackie, good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to talk about what we're doing. You know, Verizon has led the world to 5G, mobility, fixed wireless access, and public edge compute. Today's announcement really is our partnership with AWS to introduce private mobile edge compute, which gives companies like Corning the ability to put edge compute in their factories, on their campuses. And this one is particularly exciting. It allows robotic capability in manufacturing environments for Corning, and something that will be on their campus, sitting on a private network, and really excited about the capability this delivers, because it really takes 5G to that next edge of really low latency, high security capability to deliver augmented reality, machine learning, the capability to go faster and better for Corning as a result of this private edge compute.
Yeah, and a lot of people are very excited about this within the industry in general, but also looking at this more broadly, right? We're talking about a huge infrastructure package that could be, passed through as soon as this summer or possibly late spring, for example. And we talk about building out the infrastructure in this country that includes 5G. So talk to me about how this could potentially work within that framework.
Yeah, you know, it's truly an exciting time as you begin to look at how businesses anticipate technology playing a foundational level in their transformation. We look at businesses that we partner with, and we've seen, because of COVID, an acceleration of the transformation efforts that they expect. And really with 5G and technology, mobility, cloud, and broadband at the intersection point of everything that they're doing. And so the ability to have stimulus money in the marketplace as businesses reimagine how they serve customers, as they reimagine how employees work and what the work forward environment will look like, we believe 5G is perfectly positioned, and Verizon particularly, because we did lead and continue to lead the world. You know, our recent acquisition of C-band spectrum gives us the ability to really amplify and accelerate the efforts that we already had in market on behalf of businesses that are coming back and saying, I have to do things different as a result of COVID. And we think we're very, very well positioned to be the partner of choice as they look to do that.
Okay. Verizon also recently announcing this private 5G partnership with Associated British Ports. Tell us about this, because this is very interesting in the future of shipping.
Yeah, so we think this is really exciting. This is our first private network partnership. It's based out of the UK. And what we see with businesses that are introducing private mobile edge compute is that they're also introducing private networks. And this gives them the ability to really scale the potential as they think about how do they work differently, how do the ports work differently. You know, this solves for them not only the immediate problem of lack of on-site connectivity, but it allows them some advanced capabilities with a private 5G network that we're partnering with Nokia to deliver, reliability, throughput, security, low latency. So not only does it provide what they used to get via Wi-Fi, but it changes entirely how they run these ports. And we think it's a really exciting time to be not only in the market with edge compute, both public and private, but also private networks, and then ultimately network slicing. So it gives businesses a lot of choices as to how do they want to build the infrastructure to serve their customers.
Yeah, Tami, I wanted you to sort of lay out how this would work in practice so that people really could understand what's happening here. But I also want to ask you about the partnership with Amazon and AWS, you know, two big companies within the tech space working on this together. We're seeing more and more of that, maybe even accelerated post-pandemic because of everything that we've been through and some of the solutions that we've needed. Your thoughts on, you know, big companies like this in the tech space working together?
Yeah, we think it's super important. We've been working with Andy and his team now for several years. You don't just quickly make this happen. This has been something that as we've designed and anticipated 5G capability, as we've rolled out 5G capability, we've gone to partners like AWS, and they've been terrific at helping us really think about how do you innovate and use the power of cloud with the power of 5G networks to really change how businesses can then have compute at the edge and take full advantage of the low latency capability, the complete currency capability that comes with 5G. And working with a partner like AWS, when you sit down and you begin to innovate and imagine what you can do on behalf of your customers, we can move very, very quickly together. We serve many of the same shared customers, so our ability to move quickly has been important. I also really like that with AWS, we launched first our public edge compute, so it gave 1 million developers access. And now with private, it gives businesses around the world the ability to really say, how do I want to use edge compute on my campus, in my factory, in my hospital,
a lot of different options,
the outcomes? Yeah, absolutely.
Tami, Erwin, congratulations, and thank you for joining us this morning to walk us through it.
Thanks so much, Jackie. Have a good one.
You
Be
too.
well.